Hi guys, my name is Noni Matikela. Welcome to the Noni M podcast. So today I want to go through something that Patricia Mashele shared earlier today in her timeline 4 hours ago. Patricia Mugen Mashele with the National Association Against Managing Agents. Is it possible for Legal Practice Council to duplicate a Fidelity Fund certificate number? No, it is generally not possible for the Legal Practice Council to duplicate a Fidelity Fund certificate number. The LPC's online application system is designed to prevent such duplication. A unique number is assigned to each individual Fidelity Fund certificate upon application. Here is why. Unique application and verification when a member representative applies for an FFC, the application system pre-populates firm and personal information, and a unique FFC number is generated for that specific application. Firm information. The application system captures firm information only once, and then it's used to generate the certificate for all members of that firm who are required to hold an FFC. Individual responsibility. Each legal practitioner is responsible for their own FFC application and verification, ensuring a unique number for their certificate. And then Patricia goes to say, Baloyi is just digging himself deeper and he is assisted by the LPC. I will join the class action by National Association Against Managing Agents against the LPC because they are also covering up crime and corruption. Let's read the comments there. These are my colleagues. The second colleague, we were reading from Patricia Mashale's timeline on Facebook. Now, Mzansi Unfiltered came through and said, they must have a database designed by a grade 5 pupil. Any database has checks in place to prevent duplicates with error messages. When they discovered this duplicate, did they audit the entire database to find any other duplicates? I find this too convenient if it's only one duplicate. Mzansi Unfiltered does not agree with today's witness. Where are our computer science colleagues? And then someone commented and said, Baloyi thinks we as kids, you, all my IT are rubbishing his claims. Yes. And then someone went and Googled, there go AI overview and said, no, it's not possible to have, or is it possible to have the same FFC number? And then the response was, no, it's not possible to have the same Fidelity Fund certificate FFC number. Each practitioner, regardless of their employment status or location, must have a unique FFC number. The FFC is a personal identifier and not tied to a specific employer or firm, according to the Legal Practice Council. Elaboration. Individual FFCs. FFCs are issued to individuals, not to firms or companies. This ensures that each practitioner has their own unique certificate. No duplication. Even if a practitioner works for multiple firms or has branches within the same company, they will still need separate FFCs, each with a unique number, as stated by the SA. Okay. Change in circumstances. If a practitioner changes their employer or other details, they will need to apply for a new FFC with a different number. Yeah, if I can go. Someone comments and says, for argument's sake, let's say it was a duplicate Why then on the system only appear one person, not both, as they claim it was a duplicate? And then Omunye Ati, why it took him years to notice that? They just saw spared videos and went for corrections through. Someone else says, two advocates appear on to share the same FFC number, which is irregular. What's particularly strange is that Upon searching the FFC verification site, only one advocate's details are displayed, excluding Advocate Mjiyako entirely. If the number were genuinely duplicated, one would expect both sets of credentials to be visible. Someone else says, after such a long time, were they not aware of this? Even when these lawyers renewed their certificate, Mjiyako was using a clone certificate. Worst part, he received the ratified number February, but he used it in June. Why Mjiyako? Why Mjiyako? Why you made Ntanzi to cipher like this? And now someone else says, now if Mjiyako and Mrs. Scholes are or were using the same FFC number, who was getting paid at the end of the month? Just wondering, Jay. Hayi kuningi. Uphila Dloko uthi, even the bias judge was not impressed with the state witness cooking skills. It seems he was burning the kitchen. If Advocate Mjiyako was issued a legitimate FFC in February 2020, it's highly questionable how, just a few months later in June, he ended up operating under a duplicated or allegedly fraudulent FFC number already linked to another legal practitioner. LPC, wow. So when did they discover it was a duplicate and when was it ratified? And then someone says, oh, Patty, if you should have seen our comments shouting your name and Jeff's name out. We were so plenty until other people asked, what is it about these two people? I said to no more get the Red Streets YouTubers. Hashtag masterminds. You will join us in the comments soon. It is not possible. We already did our research. So both of them, were they paying annual year fees and still not covered? Aibo, how come? Ubaloyi ucaba ukuthi siyilima njengaye nalo sambo wakhona uzikhathele kudaka. Strange things are happening in South Africa. Thanks for having you in our midst, Pat. You are an angel sent to expose the cruel. Yeah, so guys, that was that. But most importantly, one thing for sure is that these guys are really putting themselves in a space of being checked and checked and checked. Because Usi further went to say, post another post, Patricia Morgan Mashale with a National Association Against Managing Agents. This is a link to Mjiyako's thesis at UCT. He submitted it in March 2021. In his acknowledgements, he thanked his employer, the City of Johannesburg, for giving him time off for his studies. Let's see that. And then it's 195 pages. Dominic Ntokozo Mjiyako submitted it. This is March 2021. There we have it. There it is. And then now, that means he was working for the City of Johannesburg. So while he was working for the City of Johannesburg, he also went to represent Ntanzi. Yo. I-corruption eMzansi ayisuka madoda. But guess Zobona, what does this mean as Umnisi continues with his cross-examination? Let's wait and see. Guys, I just wanted to share that from my colleague, Patricia. She is going to go deep into that. She and Jabulo are gonna dig deep. We are going to react on whatever they come up with. I'm sure they are busy preparing a lot of things to do there. I will see you on our next video. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.